Welcome to On Demand for live coverage as Sudan look to book their place in the group stage of African 2022 World Cup qualifying. Visitors Chad have a mountain to climb after suffering a 3-1 home defeat in last Thursday's first leg in N'Djamena. That day, a hat-trick from Ramadan Alagab proved the difference, although a late penalty from Chad captain Ezekiel Unduassel ensured that Emmanuel Tregoa's men have arrived in Sudan with a glimmer of hope. There's a large crowd in tonight though at the Al Maraik Stadium in Sudan's second city, based on the bank of the River Nile. They'll be cheering on their home hero, Al Maraik winger Al Agab, after he took his tally of international goals to 5 with a brilliant hat-trick last week. Chad played well in the first game for long periods, but failed to take their chances. There will be calls for young striker Marius to start up front. The 21-year-old, who's currently on the books at Portuguese giants Porto, came on as a substitute in the first leg and missed a fantastic chance to make it 1-1 on the night when he went around the goalkeeper and then hit the post. Chad keeper Adoum Defala made a dreadful error in that first game, and that really did prove the difference as Agab scored his second with a simple tap-in and added a third late on before Unduassel's penalty. Still, there is hope for Chad. These two met previously when Sudan won 3-1 away from home. Chad went here and won 2-1. Obviously, that wouldn't be enough tonight. They'd have to win at least 3-1 or 4-2 to progress. But there is hope. They have some top players in their side, Chad, including Angers striker Casimir Ninga. He was actually taken off early in the second half last week, so it'll be interesting to see if he makes the starting lineup this time. Zdravko Logarasuchi's Sudan did what they had to do in the first game. They defended deep, they defended well, and took their chances when they came. Alagab's strike for the opening goal was fantastic from the edge of the box. Chad have never qualified for a major finals. In fact, before this tie, they'd only played twice this year, which was a 5-4 aggregate defeat in African Nations Championship qualifying against Equatorial Guinea. Sudan's only game of 2019 before the first leg also came against Equatorial Guinea. That was during their unsuccessful Africa Cup of Nations qualifying campaign. Chad, despite missing much of recent international competitions due to financial problems, and also failing to turn up for that game here in Sudan 3 years ago, did reach the second round of qualifying for the last World Cup when they beat Sierra Leone on away goals before being knocked out by Egypt, despite a famous first leg victory over the 7-time African champions. Sudan have had much more competitive football under their belts in recent years. They made the group stage of Africa Cup of Nations qualifying, where they finished bottom of their section, winning only against eventual quarter-finalist Madagascar. Sudan, known as the Falcons of Jeddah, have a far more storied history than their opponents today, having played in the inaugural Cup of Nations way back in 1957. And they were also African champions in 1970. They're looking to return to the big time, although there's a long way to go before the finals in Qatar. Even if they do progress through this round, there will be 2 further group stages to negotiate in order to reach the finals. Although the first game was tight for much of the 90 minutes, Sudan did come into the tie as firm favourites, They're ranked 129th by FIFA, which is 46 places better off than Chad. There is definitely a party atmosphere tonight in the Al Maraik Stadium. Unsurprisingly so, they're 3-1 up and in total control. Perhaps these two teams, although of course they could qualify for the World Cup, will be looking ahead to 2026, where Africa will be expecting extra qualifying places for the revamped World Cup in North America. Next time, with the 2022 edition staying at 32 teams, Africa does just have the 5 spots on offer. Time for the teams to make their entrance. What must those Chad players be thinking now? Sudan, though, they're within touching distance of the first group stage. One thing the new format does do is give these lower ranked teams from the first round the opportunity, if they do reach the second stage, to play far more matches and really test themselves against the top teams in the continent. Some of the teams that have already had buys into the first stage include the likes of Senegal, African champions Algeria, Morocco, Nigeria, Egypt, of course, with Mohamed Salah. And that really would be quite an opportunity for some of these players, most of whom play in their home countries, to really test themselves against the best. There's the Sudan players, what a moment for them. But first up, it's time for the national anthems. Those Chad fans who have made the journey in good voice tonight. Huge roars for the Sudan anthem. We are soldiers of God, we are soldiers of our homeland. Their anthem translates to. Quite a reception for the home team. They're in total control of this match already before it's even kicked off. And the onus is on Chad now to try and make a fast start to this second leg and really put Sudan under pressure. Chad coach Tregoa has made that change. He's dropped the goalkeeper Adoum Defala after his horrible error in the first game. And in comes Mathieu Adoassou in goal. An inexperienced player, but what a moment for him. Can he make a name for himself? Otherwise, there haven't been too many changes. Bedoum Monde comes into the side. Azrak Mahamat keeps his place in centre midfield, and the other big alteration is Marius, the 21-year-old with the pace, coming in to play up front with Ezekiel Unduassel and Casimir Ninga. Karl Marx Barthelemy is the man to miss out. Sudan, Logarusic has rewarded the players who claimed that 3-1 win in N'Djamena last week. They are unchanged and ready to complete the job. There he is, Chad's new goalkeeper, Mathieu Adoassou. Can he be more solid at the back and give his defenders more reassurance than Defala did on Thursday? It was just one moment of madness from Defala, but it really did cost his team. A goal kick, he attempted to pass it along the ground into midfield and could only pick out Agab. And the Sudan winger was not in the mood to pass up the opportunity. He'll be hoping to build on his 3 goals from the first leg tonight. He's already the top scorer in African qualifying for the World Cup, thanks to that hat-trick. And we're underway. And straight away, Chad give possession back to their hosts, who come flying down this right-hand side. It's a low ball in, and it's straight into the arms of Mathieu Adoassou. His first contribution is an assured one. Good play, though, by Abdel Latif Said Boya, finding plenty of space down that right-hand side. Ali Abdallah's goal kick was long, looking for Mozamil. Instead, Bedoum Monde, one of those changes, wins the ball for Chad, and now puts the pressure on. giving Unduassel something to chase. And he does well enough to win a throw-in. And a promising start for Goa's men as they look to find an early goal and get themselves back in this contest. Unduassel trying to find space for a cross, and he'll settle for a corner. A bright start for the visitors. In comes the corner, it's deep, probably too deep, indeed it is. Bit of a waste that from Unduassel. Constant Matwange takes the throw in. He was a constant menace in the first leg, up and down the right-hand side, had a very good game. And here he is again. Can he keep the ball in play? He can. He's got three men waiting in the middle. In comes the cross, and it's just over the head of Unduassel. Kept alive, though, by Otto Jimbai. Goes for the second ball. In the end, Sudan just about clear their lines. Now here's a chance to break for Ahmed Hamid. And the pass is too long for Agab. And goalkeeper Adoasu is able to collect. The referee's seen something here, I'm not sure what. There's a player down in the centre circle. It is Ahmed Hamid. Perhaps he was caught just after he played that pass forward. The 25-year-old is stricken on the turf. And there's going to be an early break in play here. He's back on his feet, looks ready to continue. The referee's going to give a drop ball here. And on we go. There's a slip there. The imperfect surface making its presence felt for the first time. Mozamil does well, but it loses the ball. Now here's Matwange looking for the runners ahead of him, launches it long, and well, he's gone down there. The referee blows his whistle, but doesn't seem to be for a penalty. Abdallah is able to clear. Oh, he's won the second ball there, Agab. He really is a man on form. And now here's Boya. He's got men in the middle. He goes for goal, and it's a good save in the end from Adoasu. The bobbly pitch just wouldn't allow Boya to get the real purchase on his shot that he was looking for. Chad, just like in the first game, looking good in possession, but shaky without it. Eric Mbangosum does well. Now here's Ninga. Trying to turn out of trouble, and he hasn't managed it. And now Sudan could be in behind. Two men waiting for the cross. It's a good one, and the goalkeeper does very well again. Fantastic play by Adoasu. He read the cross from Mozamil. There's the save from before. Otto Jimbai holds the ball up for Chad. Azrak plays a good ball out wide to Ninga, who started on the left wing. Marius, his first real touch of the ball, and he loses out. And that's a handball played into his own arm there by Gab. Tregoa will know that his team need an early goal. They have to score at least 3 times tonight to have any chance of progressing. Abdallah with the goal kick. Perhaps a slight shove in the back there by Matwange. Referee content to give a throw-in. Cesar Abaya with the volleyed clearance. Marius beaten to it. It's a free kick to Chad. Opportunity to get the ball into the box. They take it quickly. And they lose possession. It's another free kick. Fortunately for Azrak, who goes down. Here's the first foul committed by Sudan captain Nazar Eldin El Sigail. Oh, the ball's found its way all the way across here to Marius. Has he got support? Azrak. Will he shoot? He does. And it was always rising, but I think it did take a deflection. A second corner of the game to the visitors. It was actually Eric Umbagosum with the shot. He struck it nicely too. And just a bit of early pressure for Chad. Plenty of height in the middle. Ninga, Nduassel, in it comes. Towards Nduassel! Oh, that was an excellent chance. The first clear-cut opening of the game. And the Chad captain has headed it over. How important could that prove to be? An early goal would have been perfect for Chad. And look at this, totally unmarked. Just ghosting in behind El Sigail. And he contrives to head the ball over the bar. Still 0-0. Oh, and a free kick. A soft one. But Sudan will take it. Foul by Umbagosum. Mozamil, the man, tumbling to the turf. Atta El Tahir plays it short. Oh, and that's nicely done by Boya. In comes the cross. And goalkeeper Adouassou does well again. It's still alive though here for Sudan. Hacked clear by Matwange. Now headed on by Marius, nicely to Ninga. And away goes Marius. Can he stretch his legs here? No, he can't. Good defending coming across there by Abdel Latif Said Boya. Azrak. Umbagosum invites Matwange to attack. Nduassel to throw in. Good defending though by Ahmad Adam. He also played well in the first match. Adam, the left back. Something's going on off the ball here between Nduassel and Wagla Abdallah. Referee sated, on we go. It's not a great ball back towards Matwange, and it is a free kick in the end. Romeo Altojimbai not very happy with the decision. Hacked clear by Abaya. Here come Chad again. The ball just seems to keep coming back towards the Sudan defenders now. Ninga. El Tahir did well to win the header. And now Agab, his touch lets him down. Not for the first time so far tonight. Good play by Monde. Now Ninga. And Nduassel was in the middle, and his cross was poor. Ninga looks for Matwange, who does like to get forward. That's a poor pass though, intercepted by Ahmed Hamid, and now Agab turning away from his marker and only into trouble. El Tahir though keeps it for Sudan. Really scrappy at the moment as the players struggle to get to terms with this bobbly pitch. Ahmad Adam. That's a really good ball in. Oh, it was too high for the goalkeeper, but it was also too high for Mozamil coming round the back. Excellent cross by Ahmad Adam. Header won by Boya. El Sigail. Easily mopped up by Abaya. He sends his captain, Nduassel, off for a chase down the right-hand side, and he does well. Excellent play by Nduassel. His throw-in doesn't match his running, though, and Sudan win back possession. And that's a foul now by Romeo Otojimbai. Clearly catching Abdallah. Mozamil. He's going to win a corner here. No. The referee says he got the final touch. What a night for Aduasu. Thrown into the deep end after his teammate Defala's howler only 5 days ago. Adam looking for Agab, using his strength, and does well. The referee blows for the free kick. The Sudan players wanted an advantage. Actually, it was Abdallah coming forward, and now I think they took that free kick quickly. Mozamil may have got on the end of that. Mozamil scored his first international goal at the age of 27 earlier this year. Late last year even, in qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations. That was the game that Sudan won in their group, 3-1 against Madagascar. And he's looked bright so far today, just as he did on Thursday. Azrak trying to play the raking pass forward to Ninga, overdoes it. Garusic, the coach, urging on his men. Croatian Garusic has been in Africa for a while now. Coached Kenyan giants Gor Mahia for a season in 2012-13. And Duassel trying to put the pressure on again. And Ninga did well. Nothing came of it though. It was an acrobatic header by left back Monde. And in the end, it's turned out well for Chad. Here's Ninga. What can the Angers man do here? He can't get past El Tahir. He makes an excellent tackle. Kamal. Boya. Ahmad Adam. And now El Sigal does well too. And gets it back. Nice build-up play here from Sudan. They haven't had much possession. Can they find a cutting edge? It's not easy on this pitch, as you can tell. The ball bouncing in all sorts of different directions. Still they cut. Hamid gives it to his captain, Sigail. And the Al Hilal midfielder sets them on their way now. Can Mozamil keep it going? He did his best, but Azrak strides away with the ball. And Unduassel turns and sets Ninga going down the left, and the ball is straight out of play. See already some of the Chad players being frustrated, already assuming that Sudan will time waste. Hasn't been any sign of it yet though, really. Azrak. It's got Matwange out wide and he finds it. Otojimbai is ahead of Matwange. Instead he opts to come back to Eric in centre midfield. That's a good ball. Ninga loses out again to El Tahir. He's had two opportunities in the last minute or so to run one-on-one at the Sudan right back, and both times El Tahir has got the better of him. He actually scored 6 goals last season in Ligue 1, Casimir Ninga, playing for Caen. Since joined Angers. He's been in the French top flight since 2015 when he signed for Montpellier. Yet to make an impact on this first round of qualifying though. Good defending by El Tahir, and it wasn't Ninga who caused the problem, it was the pitch. It gave way under El Tahir's right boot. He's going to hobble off here. Not sure if he'll be able to continue. Garasic trying to make some changes. For now, Sudan playing with 10. El Tahir seems to have brought himself back on. He's trying to. For now, El Rashid has moved across from midfield into the right back position. El Sigail. Now here is El Rashid. El Tahir is back on, and he's straight past Ninga. He's definitely winning that battle so far. Mozamil, El Tahir's continued his run forward. Here he is, cutting inside his man. The crowd enjoyed that. Great play by the right back. It comes to nothing in the end though, and now Ninga has space, perhaps to exploit, with no El Tahir to get in his way. Oh, it's fantastic tracking back by the captain, El Sigail, making the sliding tackle. There was the theatric tumble of El Tahir just moments before. Azrak. Well won in midfield by Abdallah. Oh, and goalkeeper Adouassou as well. Very calm under pressure. Oh, that's excellent play by Undouassou, and he's won the free kick. Which was Marius skipping away there from Abdallah. And this is a promising position now, midway through the first half for Chad. They have started well, the away team. They need goals to show for their performance, though. Otherwise, their World Cup dream will be over. See the frustration there of Lugarusic. It looks as though Undouassou will take this. Collins Ambassa is up from the back. He's at the far post. Undouassou, he goes for goal, and it's never likely to find the top corner from there. It's at least 35 yards out. And a wasted opportunity for Chad. Good header by Mozamil. Wins his team a throw. Eric Bangosum's clearance. Straight out for another throw-in. El Tahir has a man making the run, and he finds him. Oh, it's a good header. Good defending by Azrak. It was a decent clearance as well towards Ninga, and now here's Azrak again. Matwange trying to feed the ball in behind for Marius. He might still get there. Oh, and he nearly did. The pitch causing problems at the back for Boya. Now, Agab, his first real opportunity to run at the Chad back line. Lays it off. Now he could cross here. Oh, nice back heel. Here comes Sudan. Oh, and now this is a real opening. There's a man at the back post. Oh, and it was blocked by Mozamil. Almost certainly would have been an own goal, but it's been blocked by a Sudan player in front of the Chad net. That really was a comedy of errors. It was a fantastic burst from midfield. I think it was El Sigail running forward, and his cutback was almost headed into his own net by possibly Cesar Abaya, and Mozamil has blocked it. So close to an opening goal for Sudan. That really would have killed off this match, you would have thought. Ahmad Adam, and the pitch gets the better of him. It's Ahmed Hamid with the burst. Somehow it didn't find the back of the net. Azrak. Now it's a foul the other way against Undouassou. He's furious with the decision. Nduassel definitely did have an arm on the back there. And now Ali Abdallah, the goalkeeper, is getting a telling off for time wasting. Not even half an hour into the game. That's going to go straight out of play as well. It really has been a scrappy first half an hour or so. Chad have looked the better team for a lot of it, but that was the same in the first leg, and they lost that game 3-1. So it's at the back they need to sort themselves out, as we saw there with the near own goal. It's probably another foul by Otim Jimbai, not given. El Sigail. Oh, pitch, look at that for a bobble. That's well played though, they've done well there. Azrak and Eric Mbangosum battling away there. In the end, all Mbangosum can do is concede the foul. That might have been a high foot, and in the end, that was a push. Boya. His last set piece went straight out of play. Adam looking for Hamid. Now here come Chad once more with Mbangosu. Oh, and there was a slip again. This pitch is wreaking havoc. The slip was by Monde. In the end, Bayer does well to shepherd the ball behind for a goal kick. Doesn't seem to be the pitch where you want to be passing the ball around at the back. It's just so unpredictable. Anyway, here they go again with the same tactic. Abaya. He does go long. Straight to El Sighail. And even Agab can't control that one as the ball takes off out of nowhere. There's loads of space here for Otod Jimbai. Continues his run after feeding the ball into the feet of Marius. Azrak trying to pick out Nduassel. And there's an offside against Agab. And the referee's not going to let him take a free kick from there. Ndonane. Good ball by Ninga, inviting Matwange forward. His deep cross is far too long. Well, Logarosic should be reasonably happy so far. Tregoat has a lot to think about. His team aren't playing badly, but they haven't really troubled Sudan. And the onus is on them to make the running in this tie. 3-1 down. Another free kick. There have been plenty of those in this first 30 minutes. Ambassa this time. The victim. Ndonane. It's not a bad cross, and Ali Abdallah had to backpedal there in the end to be sure of keeping that out of his far post. Nduassel making a nuisance of himself. Chad keep the ball. Now, this could be an opportunity. And there's a shot, and it's just over the top of the crossbar. Nduassel, in the end, he was facing away from goal, and it was a difficult chance, and he couldn't keep it down. Promising signs there, though, for Chad. Sudan looking a tad shaky for the first time. They just couldn't quite get the ball away there. Ndonane, the early substitute, on for Monday in only the 21st minute. Here he is again. He started the last game, played perfectly reasonably. He's running down a blind alley here, though. El Tahir taking his time. Clearly angered a couple of the Chad players there. Well played by Azrak. Ndonane takes a risk and it almost puts his team in trouble. Gets the throw in the end. No foul throw given. Azrak. Abaya. And now Matwange. Sudan happy to let Chad build until they get into their half, and then they press. Well, here's Ndonane. His first real foray forward. Only he's done well. Can he get the ball into the middle? He can. This is a great chance. Oh, the flag was up anyway. Even though the opportunity was totally wasted. That was a really good ball in by Ndonane, and yes, he is offside. He's clearly offside. I think it was Marius with the header. Long way over the crossbar. In any case, he was half a yard off. Chad are probing, they're pushing. They're not out of this yet. One goal before half-time really would make things interesting. That's nicely done. Oh, and he's kept the ball. Hamid, has he got support? He does from El Sigail. Was he tripped there on the edge of the box? It looked like a foul, not given. It's Abdallah, I think, who is on the turf. He burst forward and he might have taken Cesar Abaya down with him there. Well, that's not really fair. It was Abaya who, yeah, he definitely bore the brunt of that. It was arguably a foul by Azrak on Abdallah. Both players in some discomfort. Dwassel getting some fluids on board. It really is hot out there, 32 degrees. It's dark, the sun's gone down, but it's still difficult to play football in this sort of temperature. Abdallah's back on his feet, but Abaya is still struggling. Both players seem fine to continue. Abaya is getting treatment on the sideline though. Chad delegation. Nervous looks on their faces. Sudan fans will be pretty happy with what they've seen so far. Their team haven't dominated by any means, and now the referee's blown his whistle for something. I don't think anyone's sure what's going on here. Were there two balls on the pitch, maybe? Finally, on we go with Sudan in possession. Abdallah. Turned forward by Mozamil, dealt with by Matwange. Headed forward by Abdallah, who's back on the pitch, and it's a free kick. Up goes Ninga. Always going to be difficult to score a header from that angle and from a pass from that deep. Less than 10 minutes left until half time. Someone's gone down there. It looks as though it's El Rashid. Didn't look to be too bad a tackle, was just hooked clear by Ndonane, and El Rashid's hit the turf. It's hard to tell if there was any contact or not. It is a high boot given by the referee. And more time ticks away to the frustration of Emmanuel Tregoa, the Chad coach. He clearly doesn't think there was any contact. We're going to have the stretcher bearers. Let's have a look. Cleared away. Oh, maybe he just brushed his arm. Definitely nothing serious though. Still down. Let's have one last look. Well, he's gone down holding his head. There was definitely no contact to his head. Not sure what he's holding now. Might be his hamstring. No, it is his arm. Yeah, that's definitely where any contact there might have been was. Sudan will have to take this free kick with 10 players on the field. Towards the back post, and it was missed there in the middle by Chad. Get away with it. Ninga. Now can they take advantage of their man advantage? Matwange. Azrak wants it. Pitch really isn't conducive to this type of passing football, but in the end, the ball finds its way to Ndonane, and that's a free kick in a really good position for the visitors. The foul by El Tahir on Unduassel. Coming across to the left flank in search of the ball, the captain. And now Ninga has a chance to clip in across. 4 players lined up at the back post for Chad. Sudan desperately trying to make some kind of wall. It's not happening. El Rashid is still watching on from the touchline. The referee has spotted another reason to have a delay. Just wanted a word with Amir Kamal, who's apparently causing some trouble. Two men in the wall now. Surely he won't go for goal from there. He's got 4 men to aim at. It's Ninga. Oh, he does go for goal, and that's a waste. Much like Unduassel earlier. Chad finding themselves with a free kick in a really good position and opting to shoot with nothing more than a speculative try. And it remains goalless. That really was a waste. It's actually a really good move, built up from the back by Chad to get to the position where they won that free kick. But not used at all to their advantage. It's a good header forward, cut out by Abaya. Now here's Ndonani again, who's looked good since he came on 20 minutes ago. That's a nice pass too. Given away though by Ninga, and Otto Jimbai can't get there. El Rashid is back on and he's picking out Hamid. Now Ahmad Adam takes his time. That's nicely done. Adam left it for Agab. El Sigail. This three-man midfield just starting to work for Sudan. Here's El Rashid. He wants it back. Oh, nearly took it to his face, El Rashid there. Not a great pass by Ahmed Hamid. Amir Kamal mops it up. Good spell of play on the ball here for Sudan. So important in this heat to keep your opponents moving. And El Tahir, in the end, goes for the clip pass up the line towards Mozamil and just wraps his foot around it a little too much. And it's comfortable for goalkeeper Adouassou to collect. That's good pace shown. Unduassel, I think he's pushed his man over there. And he's definitely barged him over there. No doubt about that. His hands are up, pleading his innocence, but that is as clear a foul as they come. And it's causing some handbags as well. And, oh dear. Ali Abdallah has got involved, the goalkeeper. I think it's Ninga he's trying to take on. Trying to be calmed down by Otto Jimbai. And now there is a bit of a situation for the referee to sort out here. On come the medics. Well, it was blatant foul originally. Ahmad Adam completely flattened by Unduassel. And now I think there might be some cards. Ali Abdallah probably deserves one for getting involved from goal. The crowd are happy enough, as well they might be. More time out of the game. Marius gets the yellow. Must have been him having the old scrap with Abdallah, and he's booked as well. They're both arguing over whose fault that strange incident was. Yellows all round. Ali Abdallah eats up a few more seconds by deliberately attempting to take the free kick from totally the wrong position. And he gets away with it the second time. Good header by Azrak. And Ninga holds it up. And Twange invited to take over once more. Not for the first time today, Mad Twange's ball forward is really poor. That was far too long. It looks as though Unduassel has moved into a more central position here. Marius out on the right, Unduassel through the centre. Perhaps they feel that Marius can get in behind Ahmad Adam with his pace. Otto Jimbai, and he's lost the ball. Nicely done by El Rashid, and now El Sigail. Ahmad Adam. Oh, he's completely gone past his man. There's men in the middle, and it's a diving header behind by Cesar Abaya. And Sudan will have a corner. With just 90 seconds left of this first half. It was excellent defending in the end. I don't don't think they'll commit too many men forward. There's no need to, but this is also an opportunity just to see out this first half. El Tahir is going to come all the way over from right back to take the corner. It's their first corner of the game. Good defending, making sure his goalkeeper did not have to get involved. El Tahir's ball is low and poor, but on this pitch you never know what might happen. And it's volleyed back in and over. Abdallah with the ambitious strike. Adouasu's goal kick, tempting for Agab. Can't get there. He scored one goal like that in the first leg, of course. And another pass forward is perhaps too straight, too early in the move, and too comfortable for goalkeeper Ali Abdallah. I think it's Azrak who's gone down, maybe took a ball to the face. Mozamil. Hamid loses out. Into the last few seconds of this first half. Oh, and Abaya's having to come across there. And in the end, it goes out for a throw. Azrak has gone down again here. I'm not sure what happened there. At first I thought the ball had hit him in the face, but he doesn't seem too happy about something. Ndonani. Well, Chad have played okay in this first half, but they need to do more. They have to score at least 3 goals to have a chance of qualification. And at half-time it's Sudan 0, Chad 0. Welcome back to the Al Maraik Stadium in Durman, where Chad have it all to do still. They need to score at least 3 times to either force extra time or qualify for the second round in African qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. It's 0-0 in the second leg. Sudan leading by 3-1 on aggregate. The hat-trick hero from the first leg, Ramadan Agab, to get things underway here for the second half. And away we go. Just the one change at half-time. Looks as though Bakit Jibreen has come on for Chad. Indeed he has. You can see him there, number 20 in midfield. And it is Azrak Yassin Mahamat who has had to go off, which is a really big blow. He's been one of their best players over both the 2 games. And he's had to go off. He did pick up an injury on the stroke of half-time, and that appears to have ended his participation in this tie. Here is Jibreen. His first touch of the ball is to pick out Otto Jimbai. He goes for the second one as well. Beaten to it by Ahmad Adam. And Matwange can't keep the ball in play. It's a big blow that for Chad, losing Azrak Mahamat. Very experienced player, played for Espanyol in La Liga briefly. Now currently playing for Blue Boys Molenbeek in Luxembourg. Instead it's Jibreen who's on. Seems to have taken up a position on the right-hand side. Long ball forward by Ali Abdallah is comfortably intercepted. Ahmad Adam slides the ball into the feet of Agab, who did well originally and just couldn't get his feet sorted out. Jibreen's ball is caught and out for a throw. Adam. It's a nice throw in as well towards Hamid. Positive start to the second half by Sudan. Ahmed Hamid Now Ahmad Adam, can he cross? It's not a bad cross considering the state of the pitch down in that corner. Headed clear though by Abaya. Well, this is blatant time wasting. Ahmad Adam finally gets the ball. And then takes it from the wrong place. Throw into Chad. Hurled forward by Matwange. Nicely done by Marius to get away from his marker. Good strength, and he wins a corner. Maybe only a throw. Bounced off the corner flag. Took the corner flag out. Oh, it's well read at the back there by Abdallah. Hamid. Adam takes the risks. And now, here's Undonane. Into the feet of Otto Jimbai. Now, Mbangosum. He's got a big job on his hands now, Mbangosum, without his midfield partner, Azrak. Otto Jimbai looks for Matwange, who gets there eventually. Now he can cross. It wasn't a bad ball in either. And in the end, the header from Jibril failed to find a teammate. Just to remind you where we stand, the winner of this tie goes through to the first group stage of African qualifying for the Qatar 2022 World Cup. And at the moment, Sudan are in total control. They're 3-1 up on aggregate. And Chad have only 40 minutes remaining to try and find 3 away goals. Foul here was given against Marius for perhaps a slight nudge there on Boya. And well, the time wasting started to creep in around the 25-minute mark, and we're going to see more of it. Unsurprising really in this position. Just got to control the game, Sudan. Don't do anything silly and they'll be into that group stage. Ranked 129 in the world, they'll be hoping to cause a couple of shocks if they do get through. They've done it before. They reached the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations quarter-final with Sudan, and oh, they've won a free kick here. Some adventure shown, and it results in a yellow card for Ndonane, the Ningan Ndonane. He was a substitute in the first half in just the 21st minute, replacing the man who took his spot in the starting lineup, Bedoum Monde. Now we're going to have another break in play. Looks as though it was Mohamed El Rashid who went down injured there under the tackle by Ndonane. It was a late one from the left back, and it is indeed El Rashid who's hobbled his way towards the touchline. Just 22 years old, but a powerful figure in this Sudan midfield, El Rashid, and they've taken it quickly. That was nicely done. El Tahir tries to cross. Oh, just too much on it in the end. Good thinking though by El Tahir, making the run from right back from the free kick. Trying to pick out Agab at the back post. Thumped forward by Matwange and straight out of play. Well, it looks as though it's going to be the end of the road for Emmanuel Tregoa's men. A short road too. First round, just 2 matches and you're out. Does seem harsh. They've shown plenty of promise over these 2 games, Chad. Some dreadful mistakes in the first leg cost them, and now they're just struggling to make anything happen here. Adam takes the throw to El Sikala, the captain. El Rashid put under pressure, but does well. Now, this is where it can be dangerous to play the ball around. Near that halfway line, the pitch really is at its worst, but they've set Mozamil free here, and it's cut away well. He seems pleased with himself for his defending there. Colin Zambassa, but not happy with his teammates. It was a good cutback as well, and yes, he did well there, Ambassa. There's a throw-in to El Rashid. He gives it back to El Tahir for the cross, and goalkeeper Adouassou is able to gather with relative comfort. Invites Matwenge to get forward. He cuts inside. This is a tactic they've used a lot. Matwenge lofting the ball over the top. That's a much better ball than all of the ones he produced in the first half. And now here's a chance for a shot. And that's the first attempt on target of the game for Chad. Easy enough for Ali Abdullah to grab, but that was much better by Matwenge, who was really good in the first leg and struggled with his final ball tonight. He played a good pass there. That's clearly a foul by Romeo Otojimbai. Bit more afters here. It's not the first time this has happened. But Garisic is trying to tell his men, tighten things up, don't leave those gaps in behind. But they're too busy having some handbags with Ninga and Nduassel. Otojimbai is there as well. Oh, it's 2 players down now. No idea how that happened. And for the upteenth time in the game, on come the physios. Well, the longer it goes on without Chad getting a goal, you feel the more frustrated they're going to get. We're going to see more tackles like that. There's a few players walking a tightrope now. Marius has already been booked, the striker, after an altercation with Sudan keeper Ali Abdallah. They're not too bothered though. The more time out of the game, the better. As far as they're concerned, their team are cruising through. Now, what does the referee do here? He's got to get control somehow. It's Undonani who hit the deck. It wasn't his foul though, I don't think. If it was, he could be in trouble. Seems as though the referee just wants a word with the 2 captains here to try and encourage them to calm things down. Oh, it's a yellow card. Something must have happened off the ball there for there to be a yellow card. I think it was given to El Sigal, the Sudan skipper. Excellent header by Abaya. Really rose well there. Oh, that was risky by Mbangosum. Gets away with it. Oh, but Abaya gets away with that too. Good pressure by El Sigal. Otojimbai does well. Now, can Chad get the ball out wide? They can't. They had a man over there. Bangosu turning away from El Rashid. That pass will surely go out. It does. And El Tahir does well just to waste a bit more time by kicking the ball into the stand. That's a Brucey bonus. 2 balls on the pitch. Well, This game really is petering out. Chad need to find something from somewhere, but Sudan have done excellently so far in this second half. And there's El Segal again, stepping in well. Setting Hamid away. He's beaten 2 men. Can he get a shot away? He's crowded out in the end. Jibreen, I think, was the man who made the block. Once again, straight out of play. Chad just struggling to build anything now. Maybe it'll be time for changes soon from Tregoa. He only has 1 left due to the injuries, though, suffered by Monde. And his key midfielder, Azrak. Jibreen, Otto Jimbai, loses out and then wins it back. Nduassel. Jibreen making the run. Nduassel might get there again. No. In the end, he does win the ball. Good play. And that's a really nice pass too. Here's Ninga. Ninga trying to make room for a shot, I think. And that was the wrong option. Ball bouncing around all over the place. Ninga trying to barge his way through. This is better from Chad. This is what they need to do. They need to keep the pressure on with their football and not get frustrated. Here's Ninga. And he gets frustrated and makes a foul. That was inevitable, really. Good defending. It was by Abdallah, darting across, getting there first. Spotted the danger early. Blatant foul. It's been a really good disciplined performance from Sudan at the start of this second half. For the first time, actually, in the tie, Chad have really offered absolutely nothing going forward. Gab's ball cut out. Ahmad Adam took a bit of a risk there, but did it well. Finding his goalkeeper, Abdallah. Now, El Rashid. Waits for support. And Ahmad Adam didn't do his job so sufficiently there. Once again, though, defender this time, Abdelatif Said Aboya, reads the situation and comes across and wins a throw-in, which takes yet more time out of the game. As a rather weary-looking Ahmad Adam comes over to take it. Still 32 degrees. Humid here as well. Perhaps that's why the Chad challenge is starting to run out of puff. It's not easy to keep up the intensity they showed in the first half for 90 minutes. And even in the first half, they didn't create too many chances. The best falling to their captain, Nduassel, right at the start of the game from a corner, which he headed over, completely unmarked from just a few yards out. That really had to go in, you felt, even then, for them to have a chance of mounting a comeback here. And now here's Agab looking for his 4th goal of the game. It's a good strike as well. And thankfully for Chad, it was straight at goalkeeper Matia Adouassou, who still did well, just to cling onto it a second attempt. Good play by Ramadan Agab, latching onto the loose ball. And perhaps now with Chad having to take even more risks than before, Sudan can catch them on the break. Here's Jibreen, though. It's a high foot. No foul given. Less than half an hour remaining for Chad to keep their World Cup dream alive. Nduassel loses out. And there's a foul as well by Nduassel. That was uncalled for, really. Running back and clearly fouling Abdallah. You think a man of his experience would know better, the captain. Currently playing in Persib Bandung. The the Indonesian top flight. He scored 25 goals in 50 league games for Persib Bandung. And there's a ball forward towards Agab. Easy enough for Aduasu. Ndonane. That's quite a good pass, actually. If Ninga can keep it in, he can. And in the end, he runs out of space. It's a corner. Now, can Chad finally strike? Instill some nerves into that Sudan back line. And Nduasel's in there, Marius is in there. Ambassa arrives up from centre half. It's going to be the half-time substitute. Bakit Jibreen to take. Swings it in right-footed. It's very deep. Half-headed clear by Abdallah. Otto Jimbai keeps it going. Mbang Osum. Oh, in the end, he's done well there to pick up Jibreen, and that's a good ball. Goalkeeper under pressure, claims it well. Excellent goalkeeping by Ali Abdallah. There's a nice ball in by Jibreen. He was looking for Marius. In the end, it was just too high, and Abdallah did well. Nice play by Agab. In the end, he has to settle for the throw-in. He was quick off his line, judged it well. Good goalkeeping by the 30-year-old Abdallah. Every set piece in Sudan's favour is precious. Time out of the game, helping them edge ever closer to the group stage. Adam gets it back. Oh, and there's a nice attempt at a Cruyff turn there by Ahmed Hamid. Didn't quite come off, and then there's a foul by Boya on Marius, who takes it quickly, surprisingly, but the referee wants it retaken, which is probably for the best for Chad there, because Hamid had come back and made the interception. Matwange. Well cut out there by Kamal. Stretching, but with over 40 caps to his name, more than Chad's record appearance holder, Nduasel. He knows where to be when he's defending his goal. That's good play though by Otto Jimbai, and once again, Ali Abdallah plucks it out of thin air. Good play by Otto Jimbai. In the end, the cross was more of a scoop than a dangerous delivery, and the goalkeeper able to clutch it with both hands. The way Chad are so happy just to run the clock down, take the sting out of the game, does suggest that maybe Chad, if they scored, could put them under pressure, but at the moment Sudan coping with everything the visitors have to throw at them with relative comfort. El Sighal. And Agab does well. It's a really nice turn by Agab. He's been so impressive. Adam. El Sighal has men over, finds one of them in the shape of El Rashid. Goes for goal, it's deflected and cleared by Matwange. Now the counter might be on here. Good defending. Well read by Amir Kamal. Now time for another sub. Looks as though it's Azam Adil coming on here for Mohamed El Rashid, who's been very solid over the two legs and has played his part in seemingly taking Sudan into the first group stage of qualifying. Generous applause for the 22-year-old. Free kick into Chad. Will they take it quickly like they have done before, or will Jibreen take the opportunity to cross it into the box? played a couple of good balls in the last few minutes, Jibreen, the substitute. In it goes. It's very deep. And it's headed clear well by El Tahir. That's a foul, surely. No, not given. But it is one back, and Agab lets it go despite having no support. Oh, very nicely done. Calmness personified from Collins Ambassa. Up towards Nduassel. And the flag goes up. Not sure if it was for a foul or if it was for an offside. His boot was quite high. And El Rashid still struggling a little bit with the knock he took in the first half to his arm. Hamid loses out. And Madtwange runs out of space. Well won by Ambassa. Headed on by Abdallah, and won nicely by Hamid. He's trying to pick out Agab, who did really well there to keep the ball in play. In the end, a free kick is given for his foul on Abaya. Once again, Chad just launching it forward. Nduassel unable to find a teammate. Ndonane, Ninga, Otojimbai loses the ball, and here's Hamid, just waits for Mozamil to come and join him, and that could be a penalty. It's surely a foul. Oh, and it hasn't been given. That really would have been tie over, and the referee says no, back on your feet. Danger is not over yet though for Chad. Here comes Hamid. And it's an excellent tackle in the end. Chad hanging on to their clean sheet. Let's have a look. Oh, hand on the back, surely, of Mozamil. Perhaps the referee felt as though Mozamil slowed himself down deliberately, looking for the contact. Otojimbai. Oh, Nduassel's done excellently there. Spun away from two players. Finds Ninga. He's got three men to try and pick out. Oh, and it almost looked as though it was going to drop in at the far post there from Casimir Ninga. It was definitely meant to be a cross. And Sudan clear. All the way forward as well. Goalkeeper's under pressure. Mozamil thought he had a chance for a second there, but Mathieu Adouassou managed to close down the angles and hack the ball out for a throw-in. Logarisic is checking his watch. I think he should be feeling more comfortable than he looks. His team only have 19 minutes plus stoppage time to see out here and effectively, well, still have a 2-goal advantage, but Chad need to score 3, so it's almost a 3-goal advantage. El Sikhail. Oh, it's a nice little pass into Mozamil. His low cross is looking for Agab. And Ambassa just managed to get a toe in. Once again, Chad wastes possession. You can see the frustration on their coach Tregoa's face there. Hands on hips. Sudan, who are going to make their final change. Mahad God's the man to come on. Ooh, Agab just treading on Ambassa's foot, maybe ankle there after he played the ball away. And it will be Yassir Mozamil who makes way, the man who just had that penalty appeal turned down. Plenty to celebrate for the home fans so far. They haven't seen a goal, but I don't think they were particularly bothered. As long as their team go through, that's all they care about. And it's definitely looking that way now. Chad running out of time and running out of time quickly. Collins and Batter still lying prone on the turf. Here is that change. Off comes Mozamil. Takes the acclaim of the crowd as he makes his way off to be replaced by Mahad Goss. And now Ahmad Adam's going to get a yellow card for time wasting. And you can see why the referee's taken that course of action. He has been time wasting for, well, a while. Finally, the throw-in is taken. Gotts gets his first touch. Adam, his pass is overhit. Ndonani. Oh, he plays a really good pass now to Unduassel. He had a man over and opted for the difficult pass. That was a poor decision by Ezekiel Unduassel. Man over to the left, Ninga, and he tries to slide in Marius. It was never the right option. Hamid. Goss brings it down really nicely. Very promising bit of play from Goss. Packed clear. El Sigal. El Tahir's cross. Oh, it's gone all the way through, and Goss, his first sight of goal, and he could have scored if not for a diving block by Collins and Bassa, who's having a really good game at the back for Chad, and some really bright signs there from Mahad Goss. It's twice he's brought the ball down really nicely, and that's an excellent block by Ambassa. This isn't where Chad want to be, though. They're at the wrong end of the pitch as far as they're concerned. Oh, and it's been hacked up in the air. Ndonani at the front post, taking it away from his goalkeeper, who was waiting to take the ball into his gloves. Now, how long will Ahmad Adam take this time? He trots over rather than walking, already on a booking, of course. Goss loses out to Mbangosum. Jibril. Not many options ahead of him, has to go backwards. And Mbangosum loses the ball. Calmly done by Ahmad Adam. Okay, he's been time wasting a bit, but he's really put in a shift for his team. He's been excellent. A threat in the first leg and solid at the back throughout both games. Azam Adil just put his teammate El Tahir into a spot of bother there. Mbangosum is in space. If Otto Jimbai wants to play it to him, he does. Now, do they continue to build here, or do they go for the long pass? It is Matwange. Now he'll cross it, and to be fair to him, it looks as though the ball took a bobble off this treacherous pitch, and it flies behind for a goal kick. Otto Jimbai almost lost the ball there. It's not the first time that's happened to him since he moved into midfield after the injury to Azrak. Flying tackle by Abdallah. He's had a good game though, Awagla Abdallah. Really has been a rock in front of that back four when he's needed to be. Ndonani goes himself. Oh, and he might have won a penalty. Oh, has the referee given a penalty or a free kick here? It's a penalty. It is. Really good burst from left back by Ninga Ndonani. Saw the gap and went for it. Look at this. Cuts inside and it's a diving tackle. It was a silly tackle too. And just like in the first leg, Chad have a late penalty. Maybe it's not all over yet. Hacked down in the end, really. You can see the expression on El Sigal's face, the captain. He's not impressed with his teammate's tackle there. Absolutely no need for that at all. Really poor tackle by Amir Kamal, who's had a good game otherwise. Just got caught out by the enterprising run of Ndonani. And now Unduassel. There's still 10 minutes left. He's up against Ali Abdallah. Can he give his side one last chance? Sudan are delaying him by encroaching into the area. The pressure is on Unduassel here with the crowd chanting Ali Abdullah's name. Up steps the Persib Bandung striker. Oh, and he's guided miles over the crossbar. And with that, Chad's hopes of qualifying for the next round have gone. It's a dreadful penalty, but to be fair to him, look at the ground. It just explodes when he makes contact with the ball. And it flies a long way over the top of the crossbar. He did send the keeper the wrong way. Have a look at the penalty spot. Puff of dust, up goes the ball. And with the ball go Chad's chances. That was a golden opportunity, and he couldn't even force Ali Abdallah into a save. The way Sudan have played, you really felt that if that had gone in, they might have got nervous. Instead, it should continue to be a bit of a cruise for them, and now it's Chad showing some tension at the back. You can see by their expressions they know it's gone now. That was a lifeline, and they couldn't hold on to it. Hamid looking to put another dagger in the wound. That's not a foul. He's apoplectic, the referee hasn't given that, and he's lucky not to get booked for diving, you have to say. Good decision by the referee. Here comes Abdallah, charging forward. That was probably handball against Ndonani, who did so well to win that penalty just moments ago. Well, he did dangle out a leg, to be fair, Matwange. It was the theatrical nature of the fall and the fact that I think the leg had been withdrawn by the time that he drew alongside the defender. That's why the referee didn't give it. Oh, he did stick his leg out, didn't he? He did. Difficult one for the referee. In the end, Ahmed Hamid probably made it easier for him to not give it than give it because of the way he went down. the end of the day, it's all rather academic now. Sudan fans know their team are heading through, and they're celebrating accordingly. I'm not sure what's happened here. The linesman has come onto the pitch. Waiting for this free kick to be taken, but something that's clearly gone on here. Look, Garisic isn't happy. The linesman's removing something from the field of play, and that really would be a shame if projectiles had been hurled at the official. Really would be no need either, with Sudan cruising through into the next round, and the officials not really having had much to do of note in this game, and anything they have done, they've done well. The linesman is back in position and he's going to carry on. This is a chance to put some gloss on a fantastic scoreline for Sudan. El Tahir standing over it. It's a good 30 yards from goal, but it looks as though he fancies a crack. Into the wall. Goes for the rebound on his left foot. And an even more ambitious effort there from Abdallah. In the end, out it goes. Look, Garisic, animated as ever, desperately trying to urge his men back into their defensive shape. No need to worry now. This game is over. 5 minutes left. And finally, Chad make their final change. Off goes Marius, and on comes Karl-Marx Barthelemy. He started the first game. He's on for the last 5 minutes of the second, with his team needing 3 goals to qualify. It's a thankless task, in all honesty, for the forward who also plays in Indonesia, like his captain. He plays for Semen Padang. 32 years old now, Barthelemy. Ndonane, who did so well to win that penalty in the 79th minute. A penalty which was squandered by Ezekiel Nduassel. The penalty spot just falling apart as he struck the ball, which sent it spiralling way over the top of the crossbar. And that penalty miss means that Sudan have plenty of time to celebrate as the clock runs down here. And they're moving on. Who knows who they could get in the draw? Could be Egypt, could be Senegal, could be Algeria. What an opportunity that would be for them. Just ask Chad, they beat Egypt at home in qualifying for 2018. What a day that was for them, even though they went out 4-1 on aggregate. These matches mean so much for these teams. And Chad have not been poor by any means, just haven't taken their chances and made costly errors in the first leg. All capped off by Nduassel's penalty miss here, having scored a penalty in the first game. Off goes Ramadan Agab, the hat-trick hero from N'Djamena. That will live long in the memory for all those Sudan fans. His first international hat-trick. He's been replaced by a defender, unsurprisingly, Samawala Magani. Eventually this free kick is taken and it's over the bar. always over. Can't blame the Sudan players for going for this spectacular now, though. It's going to be a great atmosphere in Omdurman tonight. Sudan have plenty to cheer. Mbangosum beaten to it. And Nduassel got back well. Barthelemy can only watch as Abdallah nonchalantly picks up the ball with one hand. El Tahir can't keep it in. Away comes Sudan on the counter. And it's a poor touch in the end, easily intercepted by Abaya. Otojimbai. Nicely done by Jibril. Here's the feet of Barthelemy. Can Chad find a consolation goal? Ambitious back heel, goes straight to Ndonani. Another one for Barthelemy to chase. He's had a go at 3 now without ever keeping possession. Thankless task for him. Nothing he can do about this, it's not his fault. It was the mistakes in the first leg that they're going to pay for here tonight. And Sudan might have more pain to inflict on them yet. There's 5 men flying forward here in search of a winning goal on the night. It's the substitute who can't quite bring it down. Good tackle in the end by Ambassa on the Mergani. Abdallah. Will the referee play injury time? We'll find out soon enough. El Sigail cut out by Matwange. Fair play to Chad for carrying on in such trying circumstances. They know now, well, they've known for the last 10 minutes at least, since their captain Nduassel blazed the penalty over, that they were never, ever going to go through. Well, that really would have helped, wouldn't it, if they had scored? 7 minutes of injury time. Nicely done by Goz. Beats 2 men with his trickery. Adwasu gathers the ball and slices the kick straight into the air. Easy enough for Ahmad Adam to get a toe on. Okay, so Chad have 6 goals still to score. 6 minutes still to score 3 goals. And here's an opportunity. Oh, good defending in the end. Abdallah stepping in. Nogani and Kamal. Mopped up by Mbangasum. Doesn't stay in. Kumad Twange down the right-hand side. Abdallah. The crowd were chanting his name as he awaited that penalty from Nduassel. Didn't even have to do anything in the end as it flew over his head and over the bar. Great feed, brilliant play. Here they come, looking for a 4th goal of a tie and a winning goal on the night, and down goes Otto Jimbai. This really, really difficult pitch getting the better of him. He's not the first one to go tumbling to the floor today. And Chad win a throw-in. No, given the other way. Sudan still happy to keep the ball in the corner. Nduassel, to his credit, coming all the way back from centre forward to defend for his team. And that was half clearance, half shot, I think, really. Not the best effort either way from Salah Adil. Would have been some goal if it gone in. Well won by Kamal. Likewise, Mbangosum. Here is Mbangosum. Trying to loft it through for Ninga. Ali Abdallah dives to take it. Takes no chances. Pumped clear. Ambassa, who's had a really good 2 games actually. Ambassa at centre half for Chad. Finds Jibreen, whose long ball is straight to keeper. Abdallah again. Three minutes left. Sudan's fans celebrating their progress into the second round and first group stage of African qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. There's a long way to go yet to Qatar, but this is a really good first step for them. Zdravko Logarusic's men have been solid in these 2 games. Difficult to break down, and they've taken their chances. Ramadan Agab's hat-trick in the first game, the difference. Ezekiel Nduassel, the Chad skipper, scoring a late penalty in that first leg and missing one with 10 minutes left here. Quite spectacularly as well. So it's going to be another 4 years for Chad before they can play in a World Cup qualifier. It does seem harsh, but it's just the reality of African qualifying. It's very competitive. It's not easy. And they found that out here today as they've tried to mount a comeback. And they have tried hard, to be fair to them, without ever really threatening pulling off something special. Sudan have been in control. Logarasic is ready to celebrate. And they have a free kick as well, right at the end of the game. Easing through at a counter. This is the loudest the crowd have been all night. You can really feel how much it means to them. The great thing about getting through the group stage means they'll have some big names potentially coming here to play. And there's a fan on the pitch. It's not over yet. And Chad still looking for a goal. Fair play to them as well. Last 30 seconds, can they bow out in style? No, they can't. Ali Abdallah clutches the cross. Amazing how the players just carried on as security guards chased that supporter across the other side of the pitch. Great composure. Here's El Sigal. He gives it away. There's still 5 seconds left here for Chad to find a consolation. Ninga tries to take matters into his own hands. The slow hand claps coming out now from the Sudan fans. They're ready. The 7 minutes of injury time have been played. Chad still happy just to keep possession. On we go. Calmly done by Ahmad Adam. That's not surprising anymore. Kamal is cut out. And still on we go. And there's the shot. It's a bobbler. And it's easily blocked. And there is the final whistle. Sudan go through to the first group stage of African qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. It's been a fantastic performance over the 2 legs, and after a goalless draw here tonight, it's finished on aggregate, Sudan 3, Chad 1.